All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are breaking down the exact workflow for building your digital twin's intelligence using agent mode in VS Code. This is your step-by-step game plan, the complete work breakdown for turning this powerful concept into a reality.
And I want you to really let this sink in for a moment. This isn't just some academic project. Every single piece of data you add, every function you write, you're building a tangible, valuable AI asset that's going to work for you and support your career. So here's our roadmap for today. We've split the entire process into 6 clear phases. We'll start with the setup, and we'll end with a fully autonomous AI. Sticking to this structure is going to keep you and your team on track.
First up, phase 1, preparing the environment. This is all about laying the foundation. We need to set up the toolkit that lets our agent actually do things, not just sit there and chat.
Okay, here are the 3 essentials you absolutely need to have. First, VS Code Insider. That's what gets you agent mode. Second, GitHub Copilot Pro, which is crucial because it enables what we call tool calling. That's how the agent can use external tools. And third, your shared Upstash vector database credentials. That shared database is the key to making this whole thing work seamlessly as a team. Now, before anyone on the team writes a single line of data, you have to stop and make a really critical decision together. You need to agree on one single standardized structure for your data. This is what guarantees that everyone's personal profile data will work with the exact same codebase. And this JSON format right here, this is your project's blueprint. All these fields are important, for sure, but I want you to pay special attention to that metadata object. That is the secret sauce for getting accurate search results. Having really well-structured metadata is what lets the agent find the perfect piece of evidence in the middle of an interview instantly.
Okay, with our structure in place, we can move on to probably the most important phase of all, creating the knowledge. And look, this isn't just data entry. You are literally populating the memories and experiences that will become the brain of your digital twin.
And let's be clear, this is a huge leap from your basic QA bot. We're moving way beyond simple facts. Your digital twin needs a deep, rich knowledge base of your entire career. We're talking full achievements, detailed project responsibilities, and powerful evidence structured using that STAR format. So here's how you do it. First, you gather all your raw materials, your resume, transcripts, you name it. Then, think of the GitHub Copilot agent as your personal data assistant. It's going to help you structure all that information. And here's a key tip for teams. Use the same database, but make sure each team member uploads their data into their own separate collection. That way, the code stays the same for everyone, but the data is unique to each person.
So, we've built this brain full of knowledge. Now what? Well, in phase 3, we build the bridge. This is what's going to connect the agent's reasoning mind directly to that rich knowledge base you just spent all that time creating.
And this bridge is what we call your MCP server. It's basically a specialized tool that the AI agent can call on. The agent says, hey, I need information about this, sends a query to the server, and the server instantly searches your database, finds the most relevant facts, and sends them right back. It is the absolute essential communication link in this whole system.
Okay, so our agent can access facts. That's great. But it's not enough. In phase 4, we have to teach it how to behave. We need to give it a personality, some rules, and teach it how to act like a sharp, professional, and honestly, even a critical hiring manager.
We do this with a simple instruction file, usually called AgentsMD. Just think of this file as the agent's personality script or its rulebook. It defines its goal, the exact process it has to follow, the tools it can use, and even the tone of voice it should adopt.
And now, the moment we've been waiting for. All the pieces are finally in place. We have the environment, the knowledge, the bridge, and the instructions. It is time to put it all together and watch this system work completely on its own.
This is really that payoff moment, right? It's where all the different components your team has been building come together inside VS Code and perform as one single intelligent system.
And this right here shows you just how incredible that autonomous process is. You feed it a job description, you give it one simple command, and then you just step back. The agent literally takes over, planning the interview, using that RAG bridge to find your evidence, and generating a final, detailed report all by itself.
And that quote really captures the shift in control, doesn't it? You're not just prompting an AI anymore. You are now the observer, watching an intelligent agent conduct a professional interview for you, using your own life's work as its single source of truth.
But that first run is never the end of the story.
The real engineering work actually begins in phase 6. This is all about the iterative cycle. You test, you refine, and you repeat to make your digital twin smarter and more reliable over time.
This loop is where you go from good to great. You test it against real-world job descriptions, you study the output, and you figure out what needs to be improved. Sometimes it's about enriching your data, other times you might need to tweak the agent's instructions. Just remember, a truly powerful AI depends way more on the quality of its data than on the initial code you wrote.
And that brings us to the final and most important question. The whole point of this entire workflow is to build an AI that you genuinely trust to represent you in a professional setting. When you can look at what it does and confidently answer yes to this question, that's when you'll know your project is a true success.